All right. As Carnivore Soldier would say, welcome back. This is John with Carnivore Backwoods. This is the Carnivore Roundtable. Excited to be here. It's another beautiful Sunday. We got our some guests here. Let me do some introductions. We got JT from the Poco Moonshine family.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Good, bud. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. I got my cow hat on, and I'm feeling good, man. Let's go.
Got the bucket hat. All right. We have Christy from Meeting Wellness. First time on the stream. We appreciate you being here.
Right. Hey, thanks for having me.
Outstanding, outstanding. Sean, the Carnivore Trucker. How you doing today, sir?
Pretty good. Just glad to be here, hanging out.
And where are you at today? You still in Texas or where?
Yeah, I'm still in Texas. I don't drive on Sundays.
You don't. Right. Sunday's your day off. Outstanding. Yeah. And I don't know. We scared Mike off the screen here.
I'm here. I'm here. It's my camera disconnected. I got rid of the lines, and but my camera disconnected from my internet, so I've got to reconnect it. But I'm here.
Hey, Mike.
I know.
All right, let's not go south here. And
it's always
Mike's on the grid. All right, Mike fell off the grid. Mike, go ahead and introduce yourself while you got yourself covered up there, buddy. What's going on in your end?
Yeah, so I just got out of church, and once my camera comes back on, you've got my Minecraft sword and my cross ready to go, and let's talk about healing with the proper human diet.
Outstanding. All right, we'll work on your camera there, and we'll get back to you in a minute, Mike. All right, so today, we're just having a discussion about the carnivore diet like we do every Sunday. Today's topic is what's your why, and so we'll kind of go around and talk about what our whys are. And if you guys want to throw some comments in there, it looks like we got about 10 people in here so far. Tell us what your whys are, and we'll have some discussions about it, and see what type of brainstorming we can do on it, and see if we can help some other people with their whys. So, JT, you're up here in the center today.
Yeah, sure.
What's your why, sir?
Most importantly, my whys they go back to my core values. You want to have focus on your core values, and that's going to keep you focused on your why. And my biggest core value is my family. That's why I'm trying to be healthy and do the best I can, so I can be around as long as I can for my family. But other core values in there is like self-discipline, self-respect. I want to be a person of value. You gotta have those core values. But the biggest thing I would say to inspire and motivate anybody is to find your why, find what you would fight for, what you would die for, and that's your why. What you would fight for, what you would die for, and keep that in mind, and then focus on your core values. Being a person of value and serving people and trying to be a good example. Things like that. Figure out what your core values are in your life that are real important to you as a person and your character, and write that down and stay focused on all that.
Outstanding. And you've lost some weight, but you've improved your health.
Now I'm trying to gain weight now. I'm at 165. I want to go up to 215. Muscle.
Yeah, you got a little bit of work ahead of you, but you can do it.
Yeah,
that's outstanding. You quit the pot. You're healthier. You're doing better. You're doing you got a lot of good whys there, and a lot of good stuff going on. So that's awesome.
Yeah, it took a long time to work on myself. A lot of the change outside in our physical world comes from within inside, and you have to make these decisions. You have to analyze your own behaviors, what you do, what you don't do, and why you do or don't do those things, and figure out what those motivators are and why you're doing or not doing certain things.
Absolutely. All right, Christy.
Yeah.
What's your why?
Well, I don't think when I went into this, my why was strong enough, because it was just like, hey, I got 20 pounds to lose. And I didn't know about the proper human diet when that thought, crossed my mind. But I went into heavy meat, keto in February. But just thinking about, I got this 20 pounds to lose. But in June, when I went carnivore, then is when I started experiencing all the mental health benefits. And so it's those mental health benefits that keep me in. Like, I used to just count calories, for example, on a daily basis. Like, there was a calorie counter just like spinning in my head all the time. And like, how much brain power did that waste, right? And And now that I don't have that, and all the other mental health things, which I don't want to take up, the whole hour with my mental health issues, but now that I have so much energy, my anxiety's gone, that calorie counter is gone, I don't worry about that stuff. Kind of echoing what JT said, right? So I can be a much better mom to my kids. I have energy to get involved with all of their activities. I don't feel like it's a burden to do those things. You feel guilty, like mom guilt is real. And when you feel like your kid is a burden, like their activity is a burden, you don't have the energy to do it. And you're just, but okay, and you feel guilty about that. I'm excited for it. I'm here for it. I am just loving, life now with my family, with my kids, being able to do those things. So I would say it's what's keeping me in the game is the mental health benefits, and then how that has impacted my family.
Cool. Outstanding. All right, Sean, what's your why, sir?
My whys are pretty selfish. A lot of my immediate family have passed, but they haven't lived past 60, a lot of my immediate family, and it's all diabetes, weight related things, dementia, stuff like that. And so I want to avoid all that. I want to live to 100, which I think it's in my genes. I got a great grandma who's, I think she's past 100 now. But she's an outlier in my family. So, but yeah, and just doing it for health reasons. I don't want to end up with cancer, and especially being an ex-smoker, I don't want anything to fester up. You know what I mean? Stuff like that, and just to feel better in general, health-wise. So
I understand completely. I quit smoking 23 years ago, but I smoked from when I was about, 13, 14, when I probably got my first cigarettes, up into my 20s. So I understand completely about the smoking. No, you're not the only one here that smoked pot.
13, man, 13.
Yeah. Used to hang out at the corner with all the cool kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Honesty's good though, man. It feels good
Oh,
because
yeah.
people can relate. Otherwise, they think, well, maybe I'm the only one who does that or something.
13, 14 when probably the first time I smoked a cigarette. And then, I was pretty addicted there for a while, and I actually quit for about a year, and then I picked it up again, and then I was super addicted to it. And it took a while, but I actually took that drug, Wellbutrin. It's an antidepressant, and 30 days on that. Both me and the wife, we both quit the same day and haven't smoked a cigarette since. And that was, I don't know. I was 21. Well, I was probably about 23, 24 about that point, I guess. So, yeah, I understand completely, the health issues. It took a long time. I can remember going deer hunting probably about a year after I quit smoking, and we went up to the top of this mountain up in Ruby Mountains in Elko, Nevada, and we were up about 9,000, 10,000 feet above sea level. And I just told my brother and my friend, just leave me here. If come back, and if I'm dead, just bury me here, because that's where I was at. I just laid on this big rock and probably spent 2 hours there while they were out hiking the rest of it and scouting, because I couldn't breathe. So anyways, move on from that. Sorry, got a little sidetracked. Well, we get down here to Mr. Mike Shaw. You got your camera working, sir. It's not even got any grid on it today.
Yeah, I fixed the grid thing. It was a setting. It was a stupid setting buried. So I found it. And then what happened just now was the internet connection disconnected. So if my camera goes out, I'm still here. It's just the Wi-Fi. We'll see what happens with that. But my why, I started. So there's a Joan Jett album. So I love the title. It's Glorious Results from a Misspent Youth. And man, did I abuse my health and my body in my 20s and 30s. Similar story. Smoked my weight in pot and other drugs and things, and also was a heavy drinker, and also was a heavy smoker from 18 until my wife was pregnant when I was 26 is when I quit. but I still vape. So I'm still working on my why as far as that goes. I have no desire to quit though. I like it so much, but that's beside the point maybe. And maybe people can yell at me why that's such a bad idea for me. But it is about the health. And I've been on this yo-yo diet for the last 8 years or so. And I've lost a lot, and then I've managed to put it all back on, and then I've lost a lot, and I've managed to put it back on. I'm just tired of it, and I feel so much better when I've lost a lot. So no more putting it back on. I'm on my way to losing a lot. I'm really encouraged by the labs I got on day 72 of this round of carnivore. My labs came back mostly great and otherwise good. So I'm much encouraged by that. And the carnivore community is just amazing with the information and the encouragement and the camaraderie and all of that. So for all those reasons, I plan on sticking with this and then just helping y'all spread the word about, how carnivore, ketovore, low carb heals.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We all got journeys. We've all done things to our health over the years, and we're all getting better. I mean, we were all young once, except for JT. He's still young, but
right. Yeah. Am I the oldest one here? I think I am.
No, let's do an age test. And Christy, you don't have to answer if you don't want to.
That's right.
I'll answer.
All right. Mike, how old are you?
I'm 60.
60. Sean?
32. Going to be 33 here in December, actually.
He's the young buck then.
Young buck right there.
Nice.
All right. Christy, how old are you?
I'm 48.
All right. And JT?
34. So he's definitely the young buck.
He's the young buck. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 49. I'm going to be 50 in August of 2024. So,
Nice.
I'm not the oldest, but I'm not the youngest in here. But we've all had our journeys. We've all had our things that we've done. I've done the drinking, I've done the partying, I did the smoking. I can't confirm or deny the pot or if it ever happened. But
I inhaled. I did. I
inhaled a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've all been there. But the good thing is we found a way to help heal from that. And that's what I tell people. They're like, oh, well, such and such, had this problem even after they started carnivore. I spent 49 years hurting myself, and I've spent 8 months trying to correct that. So if it's up and comes up, it's probably the 49 years before, not the 8 months since I started this diet. But people get crazy. Let's pop through the comments here real quick and say hi to a few people. I saw there was a quack in here, so we'll say hi to Rick.
Hey, Rick.
Hey, Rick.
And we got Nicole in here.
I'm
hey,
off
Nicole.
the grid.
He's back on grid now. He's all good.
That's right.
Here's the why. And see, my why relies on the endless family story of cancer and heart problems, and surely being a single mom, I don't want my 5-year-old daughter to grow up without me. That's a really good why.
Huge why.
Yeah.
That is a huge why. I'm on the backside of 5 kids, and I got one still at the house here, and she's my baby. But I want her to grow up and have me around for a while. So I definitely agree with you there.
And real quick, people like using these videos like this as external motivators, which is good. But it's only going to keep you motivated and pumped up listening to us for so long. So you have to have those internal motivators, which is your why. So just keep focused on that. It's a good why.
Absolutely. It's a great why. I'm 55, 130 pounds, love healthy longer, see my kids, grandkids with energy and happiness. Absolutely.
It's great. So when I told her yesterday to move away from El Paso, I guess that's not likely with the kids and grandkids around.
What's up, Mike?
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Mike's here.
Cool first name, brother.
Mike squared.
Yeah.
And see, Christy, your hair is beautiful today. So none of us ever get those comments in here, Christy. That's the first time I've had a comment like that in here.
I'm not sure I
want my hair is beautiful too.
That's why you gotta have me back.
Where's the beard compliments?
She's bringing it.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah, where's the
right.
beard compliments?
No
Yeah,
more
right.
beards on here. I don't have one of those.
I gotta try your tip yesterday of putting what was it, lard or
Tallow.
Tallow.
in my beard?
Tallow
in the
Tallow in my
beard.
beard.
I'll send you a link on it. I found the stuff. It's not overly smelly. You know, it's got some little bit of herbs in it. It's whipped tallow, and I put it on my beard, and it keeps it from getting dry because I was getting to a point where it was, you know, you get dry and you start doing this number. You probably see some lives where I was doing that because it was annoying me.
Whip tallow. That's what I use for the skin and the beard.
I'm just in it for the neighbor. I don't want any neighborhood dogs to bite me. I think I'll be more
Yeah,
friendly.
Yes,
Right.
don't
They're
use
probably
bacon
just licking
lard. You should be good.
We got missed this one. We got homesick Buckeye. What's up, bud? How you doing today?
What's
Hey,
up?
Russ.
We got Susan E. How you doing?
Susan.
Hey, Susan E.
As JT always says, Lucia.
Lucia.
My why is being sick and disease isn't fun. In healthcare, I watch too many sick people. My mission statement is to live with no regrets. So my why would be the same: live with no regrets.
There you
That's
go.
a good one.
Very good.
Yeah, we'll be stuck in a wheelchair one day if we're lucky, and you won't have anything but your memories, and you don't want to be tortured with regrets. You know, you want to ride that tiger and look back and say, wow, what a damn ride.
Absolutely. Got My Apex Odyssey. How are you doing today?
It's a cool name.
How do you pronounce that? Anybody want to take a
Altiora?
shot at that one?
Gloria?
Altiora.
Her name is
Altiora.
Alessandra. If you want to know her name, it's Alessandra.
Alessandra.
Okay.
Alessandra.
Yeah, my tongue's twisted. I'm too redneck. Sorry.
Too many mini strokes.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's all the red meat I've been eating.
Hey, Karen.
All right, Karen's in the house. Hey, Karen, how you doing today? Hey, I know this person. Let's see what else we got here.
What's the secret? What are you washing your hair with? Let the ladies know, Christy. Or
Yeah,
is
what-
it
I
Lesson?
haven't switched over to any of the healthy shampoos yet. I used to be like a couponer, and I got so much stuff for free, and I haven't had to buy shampoo since 2020.
When you started couponing.
Not kidding.
Is it
But I also have a
Suave?
coupon since then, so it's about to run out. So I need some tips. What can I switch to that's healthier for me?
Alicia's in
Suave.
here. Baroness of Beef. How you doing?
Yeah, we got Baroness of Beef.
Good eye.
Brian Moore. We got John Boston. Good afternoon.
What's up, John? John from Boston. What's up?
Or maybe
From
his name's just Boston. He's not from Boston.
From Boston. I
He's
like
fine.
that.
Karen's going to listen to us in the background. She's going to be washing windows in the sunroom. That must be nice. I wish I had a sunroom.
Get it, girl.
Nice.
It don't clean itself.
Nicole's just popping in. That's her way of saying I'm just showing up to show my appearance and I'm leaving. So, thanks,
Oh,
Nicole.
yeah. Hi, bye. You might as well just put hello, goodbye.
Thanks for popping in, Nicole.
Yeah, not that we're harassing her shortness or anything, but we won't go there.
Be back shortly.
Let's see. The champion within. We got John on here. On my lunch hour at work, I love each and every one of y'all. Had a blast last night. Excuse
It
me.
was
get my
fun
tongue
last
twisted.
night.
That was
It
fun.
was. It was a fun. It's good to get together every once in a while and not be so serious and just enjoy life.
Just back it up a
laugh.
little bit, you know?
Yeah. Tell me if I'm missing anything, guys. I'm trying to pop through here quickly.
Bob's here,
Bob,
semi-retired.
Fuzzy D is
semi-retired Bob.
in here,
Okay, hey
too.
Bob.
Carrie just showed up.
Yeah.
Said Hal Carey. Is that what we're talking about?
No, my metamorphosis, Carrie.
Yeah.
Oh, that Carey. There's too many Carries out there. You gotta be
Carries.
specific.
And half the time I get called
All
Carrie.
right, my metamorphosis. Good
Carrie.
to see you.
But not dental
I'm looking
Carey.
for questions,
Hey,
or I'm looking
boring.
for whys.
Hey,
Anybody else got anything in there? Let's see
Let me
what this
see.
one is. I was sugar addict. $5 candy daily. The dessert first before meal. 5 days spoon of sugar in the coffee. Underneath the tongue and underneath the tongue. Ooh, wow. Yeah, that's
You was a
addiction. I'm
sugar
glad
addict.
you're
How'd
over
you
it.
get off it?
Mhm.
I hope you're
Let
over
people know how'd you get off it?
it.
What helped you?
Yeah, let us know.
Here's a, my why is why not.
¿Por qué no?
Okay.
¿Por qué? ¿Por qué no?
We can go with that.
Okay.
Let's see. Mama Cracker says my why is I heard about the mental clarity thing.
Yep.
Yep.
Carnivore
Mental
calm is
clarity
real.
has been absolutely amazing. Like
It's
I
a
said,
thing that's going
I have
around.
so many projects that
That's
I'm working
right.
on now that I couldn't even hardly work on one project. Now I'm working on like 5 or 6.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
here.
Right.
You
Like
all got
JT said,
quiet.
it's
You all
going
right over
around.
there?
Catch it.
Yep. It's
Like
that's
the
something I would like
this
to
is
get.
the quietest
Yep.
crowd that I've had on the Carnivore Roundtable. They're like, "Oh, we'll just be quiet over here." Most of the time, I can't shut anybody up.
Fuzzy Road to Health.
All right, I was just at the supermarket buying beef, pork, and some water. I look around, and everyone is overweight, and there's not one person who was on a 0 carb diet like I am, and it's very upsetting.
So I gotta get
It's
this
upsetting to
documentary
walk
out there,
around
man.
anywhere.
There goes Pixel. She
I was
has
gonna
to
say,
get
I
involved
just
in
saw
everything
Cat.
I do. Yeah,
Did I
she's
lose
involved
you
in
guys'
everything I
audio?
do.
What?
I have no audio from you guys.
Oh, well,
Really?
I have audio
That's
from
weird.
everyone except everyone. I have audio from everyone.
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
I can
Same.
hear you, John.
Yep.
Well, this is the time to throw shade at John. He won't be able to hear
He
you.
can't hear us, you guys. Let's talk about him.
Does he ever watch
All
the
right.
replay?
That
I don't know
John.
how
Yeah.
the heck that happened, but I'm back.
He's back. Change the
That's
subject.
why you guys are so quiet. Somehow I bumped the mute button.
Oh man.
What the heck is that?
What, a UFO? Come on, give me something
He's
good.
looking up. I don't know.
All right, can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yep.
No.
We never
Take
stopped
me back,
hearing
man.
you.
I don't know what happened there, but somehow you guys got all muted, but you're back now, so we'll go with
Okay.
that. All right, absolutely. So back to this comment here. You guys have the same problem walking around. You see people; they're overweight. They're
Yes.
their folds are rolling over. And they're metabolically unhealthy, and it's just like, oh my goodness. And then you look in their grocery cart, and it's full of Coca-Cola and soda and candy bars and sweets and chips, and there's not a single whole food in the whole entire basket. Everything in there is fake.
Dude, I
And
was
you're
at a
just like,
family
man,
party the
I
other
wish I
night.
could. What's
and
that?
I was at a family party the other night, and I won't mention names, but one of them, she needed help off the couch to go get more soda and junk. She couldn't get off the couch.
Yeah, the last time I was at the grocery store, it's not only what you said, John, but they're plodding along like they're literally just no energy drain. They look like the saddest people on the planet. And then the person at the door who was checking my receipt, as they will do, I mean, had his feet amputated. I'm guessing from diabetes just by looking at him sitting in his wheelchair, and that's his job. Is he's like, checking off people's groceries and making sure their cart matches their receipt. But yeah, just sad.
It's
And you just
worth
wish
it.
you just wish you could tell them and say, hey, you could turn this all around, but they won't listen
They
to you. They
wouldn't
look
listen,
at you
man.
like you're crazy.
They wouldn't listen. It's not
Well,
worth it.
and that's the thing I feel when I see that, because I was on that road, and I'm still overweight. So when I'm in the grocery store, I'm still one of the overweight guys. Or when people say when you go to Disneyland and 80% of the people are fat, I'm still that, but I'm making some progress in the right direction. And I just feel bad because I know that they don't know. And they've been lied to like the rest of us were. And thankfully we found the truth, and I just pray they do too.
Like I keep telling people, all we can do is keep pressing on, be the positive results, and hopefully that'll set the seeds to helping some people out. But
Right.
it's sad when you look around and there's just so many people out there struggling in life, and they don't realize most of the people, like myself, I was eating steak, I was eating eggs, I was eating bacon, I was eating all that stuff, but then I was eating all the crap along with it. And that's what was making me unhealthy.
Yep.
Some people are really close to it, and they just, all they need to do is stop the sugar.
Right.
But, I understand it's an addiction.
And it makes me angry because it's the guidelines. from the people that we elect. It's a lot of them are unrepresented. They don't represent us. They're bureaucrats or whatever. But these are the guidelines our government has put into place, and our doctors are still prescribing things that don't make sense based on what we know. And that part makes me angry, because the reason why a lot of people don't know is because it's being hidden from them, and that's unacceptable.
Yeah, and now you can see it in our kids. I see kids with signs of insulin resistance. Like now that I watched Dr. Berry's video on insulin resistance, I see it in 10-year-olds. And that, like, I just want to cry, because they don't have a choice. Like, they're eating whatever the school's giving them, whatever their parents are giving them. And yeah, makes me sad.
A lot of vending machine food too at the schools, right, Christy?
Not in my elementary school. No.
Oh, okay. In my high school, there was shit ton of vending machines everywhere.
Yes, in my high school too.
We celebrated that when we were in high school, but
we loved it.
Yeah, we loved it. But little did we know.
Yeah, it was down the ROTC hallway. You had to walk all the way across, but there was a soda machine down there and a vending machine. Yeah, I know exactly where that was.
Mm-hmm.
But it's worse at the truck stops. I mean, you see guys getting out, like waddling out of their trucks basically, and their ankles are all swollen and clearly insulin resistant, and it's sad to see. And then you see them walking out with a bag of chips and a soda in their hands, or McDonald's or whatever. It's bad out here.
Oh, it's definitely bad, because I work in truck parts, and I've had some of these truck drivers come in, and come out to the counter and then just kind of plop against it and can't breathe. Majorly overweight. Can barely function, but they're out there driving a truck. So
yeah, and I've been there too.
Ahead.
Like when you drop your trailer, you have to there's a hand crank for the landing gear for the trailer before you drop it.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to get out of breath just standing there turning the hand crank. So I've been there too.
Yeah.
Oh, I understand. Trust me. A year ago, I was out splitting wood this morning, and a year ago, if I'd been out there splitting wood, once I got through 1 or 2 rounds, I would have been done. I just would have been out of breath, sitting down. We split a whole bunch of wood this morning. Split up a whole bunch of wood yesterday. Definitely wouldn't have been able to do that a year ago. The difference is dramatic. So, I mean, it's not like I'm criticizing. We've all been there. It's just, it's sad when you know the answer, but you can't give people the answer because
it's awareness.
Not going to listen to you.
It's awareness, man. You don't know what you don't know, and you'd like to give them what awareness you have now, but it's just not that easy. It's tough.
It is tough. It is
I wonder how many people looked at me like that for a while, and they were like, "Gosh, dang, man." So it's it comes full circle, man. Awareness, but it's tough, man. You want to help brighten them up in the mind, but how do you go about it?
And it's bad when you go back and you look at pictures of yourself from that point, and you're like, wow, I was really, really obese,
Yeah, my level of not caring, I won't use the other word, but not giving it was very high level. But now I'm glad that I care much more about my health, Yeah.
Well, I think what's different about my story is I wasn't that overweight. So nobody could see it. Like, if you looked at me from the outside, you would have thought she's the healthy person. And I was the furthest thing from a healthy person. My mental health was not right. My energy was not right. I was sick. I
had a friend tell me, and he's a good friend. And he's told me, look, I'm as healthy as you are, because I was telling, me and another guy were talking about the diet. He's like, well, I'm just as healthy as you are. And I looked at him and said, but you just had a kidney removed because of cancer a year ago. I don't think we could really want to have this argument about who's healthy here or not. And he's a good friend of mine, but the people, he's like, well, I'm skinny and I don't I'm not overweight, and so I'm healthy. No, skinny doesn't make you healthy. Nope. Skinny just means that you're still skinny. You can still be extremely unhealthy, inside. So, and I think he's starting to see it now. And, more and more I lose weight, the more and more healthier I get, he's starting to come around. So it's not a negative comment towards him. It's just, people have this idea of what health is, and health doesn't actually, it's like Dr. Kill says, being fat doesn't make you unhealthy. But being fat is a symptom of your unhealth.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and and just because you're skinny doesn't mean that that you're not healthy and you haven't got fat yet.
There's people using carnivore to gain their weight back because anorexia has taken them almost to the point of death.
Right.
So I mean,
right.
Yeah, being skinny does not mean you're healthy, man.
And then Dr. O'Mara, the way that he's singular focused, on, what's going on inside, your visceral fat, and the way he he focuses in on that visceral fat because it's so important. And you can be skinny on the outside and have lots of visceral fat and be less healthy than someone who might be chubby or fat, but with their visceral fat, maybe they've been on carnivore for a while and they've knocked that down. They're actually might be in better shape than someone who looks good on the outside, but what's going on inside may not be so good.
Absolutely.
Kind of to your point a little bit, Mike. There's also all these misconceptions about protein intake and fat. Like too much protein's bad for your kidney and stuff like that.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's just it's all BS. Well, most to an extent.
No, you're right about that. My ex-wife, all my exes do live in Texas, and my ex-wife's a nurse, and she told me when I first started this diet, she goes, "You're going to kill your kidneys." I'm like, "That's not true, but okay, I'll have to show you."
I had my my stepmom, like, she was watching me eat a steak, and she was like, "Your pancreas is screaming at you." I'm like, "No, it's not."
Yeah, no, it's not. But and
they know everything, man. I tell you, but they don't know shit.
Right. But I don't mind the criticisms or the concerns because it's coming from a place of love. And, and I get that. But I just tell them, look, it's like I have this other information. You may not believe the sources that I do. I get that, but let me do this. I'm an adult, and we'll find out. And so that's what we're doing. Yeah.
A lot of times I hold back the urge to say, "Look in a mirror."
Yeah, I could criticize him right back, but I just
like how's that working for you?
Yeah. The most unhealthy people in my life are the biggest critics that I have, and none of them are mean about it. It's all a place of love, Mike. But there are some people that are worried, I'll say. But it is funny that it is seemingly the most unhealthy amongst them.
And that's right. The carnivore documentary that JT's working so hard on with Carrie, and that we're all involved with to a certain extent because we're interested in it and we've probably given to it. That's why that's such a huge project. And then each and every person in this chat and everyone on here, the little bit of influence that we have, we are influencing people around the edges, and that's how you change the world.
Yep, absolutely. Speaking of criticism, we all get criticism at work. We get criticism from family. We get criticism on the internet for what we're creating, on our YouTube channels and putting out there. Before the stream, JT was sharing some criticism he got on some shorts that he just posted.
For my family, it's more passive aggressive. Like from people I don't know, they'll just go right for it. But for my family, it's like these kind of underhanded comments, passive aggressive. Like I don't notice what passive aggressive is. Like sure. I just let them do what they do. You know what I'm saying?
So, what's the funniest criticism you've ever received? JT, what's the funniest one somebody's ever told you, like you're gonna get scurvy or?
God, man, I've got over 41 million views on YouTube. I've gotten a lot of them, John. Geez, even some of them today. What did they say? All this bullshit about having too much salt on there. I mean, yeah, I guess I was gonna die. All sorts of stuff. You name it.
I think the funniest one you told me earlier was the fact that they're like, well, you brought your own salt. What the restaurant salt's not good enough for you?
Yeah, they're like, is that the best salt of all of Shire or something? I was like, it actually is. It's called Redmond's Real Salt, my dude. So look it up.
That's right, my dudes.
What about you, Chrissy? What's the funniest comment you've ever had, from somebody criticizing your diet?
I'll have to say that on my channel, so now I'm about to say this, I'm about to jinx myself and get some good ones, but I haven't had a lot publicly on my channel. I have had people comment to me other places that I when I'm streaming like this, I talk too much or I yell at people. So let me know if I'm yelling at you.
I have not experienced that yet.
I don't know what they're talking about. It's been my experience when you're live, you want to talk. That's the point.
Yeah, you don't want to be, dead and not lively on a live.
That's
You know.
right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've
The
heard
funniest one I ever got is I posted about, curing my diabetes, and this guy got on there and he wanted to fight with me about, oh, you can't cure your diabetes. I'm like, well, that's funny because I sure in the heck have, and
Yep.
he's like, oh, well, and I'm like, this isn't type 1 diabetes. I'm talking about type 2 diabetes.
Right.
There's a big difference, and you could absolutely cure that by getting rid of the carbohydrates, not the red meat. If you listen to Harvard, they forgot to throw the carbohydrates out the window on that one, but if you get rid of the carbohydrates, you'll reverse your diabetes. And so it went back and forth, and then I popped in to see what his channel was because I'm just curious, and it's a picture of him, in his basement, with a Lord of the Rings poster on the wall, and he looks like he stepped out of that '70s show. And I'm like, you know what? I think I'm done with this argument. I'm not even going to talk to this guy anymore. Obviously, was not going to win this argument with him. He wasn't.
No, he knows more about your health than you do, John. Obviously.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but anyways,
yeah,
we've all faced it.
I did just get pretty criticized by my doctor too. I guess I could have said that.
That's kind of worse. It kind of goes back to what I was saying before about how our government and how, our institutions don't know the truth, or if they do, they're hiding it. And that's worse than this other stuff.
Hey, look at that. What a nice offer, Mike Shaw TV.
Hey, Susan E. Yeah, please email me, mikeshawtv@gmail.com. That's awesome. It'd be cool to work with Susan E. She's smart as a whip. Been with her on many chats. Susan's very interesting. Yeah, that'd be great.
Cool. All right. We got Giacomo in here from Italy. How you doing today, sir?
Giacomo, I like that.
Paisan, hey.
All right. He's a chef in a restaurant that makes pizzas and all kinds of stuff.
Wow.
He's got a YouTube channel and a little bit of a following going himself.
That's
See, he's got a question here. What's your monthly budget for your carnivore lifestyle?
Oh, yeah.
Who wants to start with that one? How much you spend in a month on carnivore?
So I crunch the numbers sometimes. If I did it the way I wanted to, which would be a ribeye a day with some eggs and bacon, I calculate the cost would be something like $17 a day. So, times that out by 30, you could, that's a lot. So that's why I do a lot of hamburger at, $5, $6 a pound to bring that cost down quite a bit. So I think my food budget's around $300-400, about 100 a week, something like that. A little more.
Yeah, I haven't calculated the numbers by the month. I do try to shop sales. So in the summer here, we have ribeyes on sale for $6.99 and all the holidays. And I did actually I don't even remember what it was for, but a couple of years ago, my husband got me a big, I know it's like a weird gift for a woman, but I loved it. It's my kind of gift, practical and all of that. A big chest freezer for our garage. And so, yeah, now I just fill that thing up with my $6.99 ribeyes when they're on sale. I am going in on a half cow with my mom and brother. So it's grass-fed, grass-finished. And although that cow won't be available till they said April or May, that's going to be a while. But that beef is going to be, I forget, but like $6 and something a pound. And that's for all done, all the butchering, everything. So yeah, I was happy with that. And if there's no ribeyes on sale, then I go for the picanha, which is like $7.78 or something like that a pound. So that's my go-to if ribeyes are not available.
What about you, Sean?
Yeah, I spend on average $100 a week on my groceries. I'll buy a 3-pound, and I'll get this down in a day, and that's pretty much all I'll eat for that day. And then I'll buy 3, sometimes 4 of those, and that's $15 to $17 for one of these. And so that's about 60 to 80 on ground beef, and then for the weekends, I'll get my nice steaks, and that's $14 right there. So and then like a packet of bacon, that's another $10. So it's around $100 a week, but that's about what I'm eating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. For Intentional Carnivore, same answer, MikeShawTV@gmail.com. I just saw your comment about the government and stuff. And Christy showed up. Bold Carnivore was doing a live early in the morning. And Nicole asked for some conspiracy theories. We had fun.
Oh, they gave all the conspiracy theories. I was listening. I didn't jump on because it was like 5 a.m. here, but yes.
Yeah, we got after it. Okay. So yeah, and I'd really like to talk to you. That'd be great.
Yeah, and if you need it, I can always email it out to anybody that needs it. I have his email.
Yeah, thank you for that. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay, so back to this question, JT. What's your monthly budget look like?
I really don't do budgets and stuff like that. I used to do budgets.
When the wife spends the money. We know what's going on there, JT. Just say the wife spends the money, and I have no idea.
Well, that too, but otherwise, no, I don't focus on what things cost, because that I had a bad money mindset before, and I would look at a lot of prices and coupons and stuff, and now I look at things through a lens of investing. If it's something I'd like to, if I have money, certain amount of money, and do I feel like this is a good investment for my health or whatever. So if it's a prime rib I want, we'll get the prime rib. But if I feel like rather invested in some eggs at the time, do whatever. But I would suggest you guys start looking at things more of an investment instead of like a negative thing about how much things aren't costing. Your health is worth everything. So if you got to start a paper route, man, do what you got to do to get that high quality meat in your life.
I would add, so from my perspective, I was spending about $800 a month on groceries for me, the wife, and my daughter. And I average between probably $400 to $600 a month on groceries now. So I'm saving money over the way we used to eat. Now, granted, my daughter, she's got her own job and she makes her own money. So she buys a lot of her own food. So that's not as big of an issue for us as it used to be. But no, we're still saving money. And on top of that, I reduced my insurance because I don't need it like I did before, so I reduced it down. So I'm saving about $100 a month on insurance, and I'm not going to the doctor. So I'm saving money on doctor visits, and I'm no longer taking a bunch of medication. So now I'm saving money on medication. So when you start throwing it all together, I'm saving quite a bit of money eating this way. And that's the great thing about it. I don't need all the extra stuff anymore because I'm getting healthier, and what little bit, my little bit of high blood pressure medicine I'm still on doesn't really cost that much. And I'll get rid of that soon enough. But so there's a lot of factors that goes into how much money you can really save once you throw out all the extra garbage you were buying and just get to real whole food. And you're going to be, amazed on how much money you can save and still buy this $18 ribeye, and have it once or twice a week. You can still throw in some of the better quality stuff, and every once in a while, heck, let's have some lobster with dinner, or something. You can afford it because you're not buying the monster drinks, and you're not buying the bags of chips, and you're not buying all the other garbage that you were eating that had no nutrition in it and lots of carbohydrates. So
it's like non-scale victories, except it's non-food budget victories.
Yeah, right.
Whatever that acronym would be, right?
All right, guys. Let's take a quick second here. Do me a favor. All these guys have great channels. They're all working their hard. They're hard to provide you with good content. Go give them a thumbs up on their channel, and and hit the subscribe button. There's all good channels on here. You got the Polka Moonshine fam. You got Christy at Meeting Wellness. You got the Carnivore Trucker, not the Carnivore Trucker, the Carnivore Trucker. You got to get it right, otherwise you won't find him. And then you got Mike Shaw TV, and of course you got me here, Carnivore Backwoods, and I do appreciate you guys' support. And if you could hit the thumbs up and the subscribe, that would be awesome. Yeah, I'm looking for cues, guys. We're 45 minutes in. I'm looking for cues. If I skip something, ask it again, pop it in there with some cues so I don't miss it. I do my best, but the comments start flowing. It's hard to keep track of every channel's comments on here because I get all of them. So work with me, and we'll do our best to answer everybody's questions. Somebody has something they want to throw in there?
I'm just scrolling, looking for those questions
Yeah,
too.
we're looking for any missing
me too.
questions.
I haven't seen you miss any yet. Looking good.
Not so far. I don't think so.
Yeah,
There
it's
are
looking
people
good.
chiming in on their budget, like semi-retired Bob chimed in on his budget.
Yeah, I'm at 129 now. So you got to give me a
Right.
second to catch up.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I was
Yeah.
killing myself to lose weight for a long time. People didn't know my struggles. I know that they judged me, and some still do.
Yeah.
Well, people still judge us, and you know, oh well, how can you talk about this diet when you're still overweight? Well, because I'm 80 pounds down from where I was.
right.
You know, I have the proofs in my receipts. I have the receipts to prove it.
Somebody's always gonna have an opinion, so you just gotta be happy. You gotta go on the inside and be happy with yourself and learn that self.
Yeah, I mean, we're all struggling, but we're all just trying our best to do what we can.
Yeah. And it's the nature of the internet too. I mean, you know, it's like
Yeah.
people have opinions and they're going to express them, and not everyone's going to like you, and that's life.
That's what I was telling JT. I don't care. I don't care what people, you know, if they want to put negative comments on my channel, okay, put negative comments on my channel. But to YouTube, it's still a comment. They don't care what you're putting there. It just helps my channel out. So, you know, say what you want, but the proof is what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know, the proof is that, you know, we get up every day and we're living a better life than we did the day before.
Yeah. I made a stupid joke on my last video. My CO2 on my labs was the low side of still normal. And I said, I wonder if that'll help my carbon footprint, and just make it a stupid joke. And someone piped in and said, that's not, you know, something about, you know, too many cows. So it's like, okay.
Whenever someone brings up that carbon footprint thing, I'm always say, like, you know, my truck puts out more CO2 in a day than a cow does in its lifetime.
and they're mad at the cows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look
How
at
many
the grass
buffalo?
around the cows, man. It's perfectly green.
Yes.
It's luscious. I mean, if
Yeah.
their farts were that toxic, the grass would all be dead and scorched like the desert. Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. My diet's helping your diet grow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We have a comment from my Apex Odyssey towards the end.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay. We have a comment or we have a question?
Question, sorry.
All right, give me a timestamp on it.
1:45.
Day 48, I'm really thirsty. Is that pretty normal? I think we've all had that point where we all get water.
Mm-hmm.
Sean, you want to start with that? Yes.
Yeah. Have you seen how many drinks I've taken on the stream alone? I'm constantly drinking. But I kind of think that comes down to a little bit of insulin resistance still. What are y'all's thoughts on that? Like,
I'm sorry I didn't bring a glass of water over here with me right now.
I think
Drink. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
You'll die in 3 days without it, so drink up.
I'm not going to be sitting here 3 days. Who do you think I am? Carrie from Homestead How?
Yeah,
I'm not thirsty like I was in the beginning. You know, when I
Right.
first started the diet and you were shedding a lot of water, then I think there was, you know, to keep yourself hydrated, you end up drinking quite a bit of water. But I still go through quite a bit. I'm not doing the electrolytes anymore, though I am drinking these mineral waters by Topo Chico. You know,
Okay,
but yeah, I think that
I'm
Twins.
sorry, but my 15-year-old son just delivered this to me. He's 15.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
How thoughtful. Thank you,
oh, that's
son.
Arrowhead.
His
He
name
must
is
have-
Zach, but he heard me say I was thirsty, and he delivered me water.
He's
You must have great
taking up
parenting.
those Christmas
so
points.
the answer to the question is yeah, that's normal, but it does subside after time. But drinking water is a perfectly healthy thing to do. It helps your body. It helps flush your organs. You know, it has great effects on your muscles. So there's nothing wrong with drinking water as long as you're not over excessively drinking water.
Right. This is what
You should be
Dr. Barry
fine.
says: drink when you're thirsty and don't
Yeah.
when you're not. And
Yeah, drink when you're thirsty.
Yeah.
If you're not
Mhm.
thirsty, don't drink.
So if your body's telling you to drink more water, do it.
Mhm.
You'll be glad you did.
But
All
y'all think-
right.
do y'all think that there's
Go ahead.
something to still being slightly insulin resistant and water intake? because
That's a possibility.
that's what I think is going on with me. I think I still have some insulin resistance.
I know for me, it would kind of go in spurts. I mean, I would get really thirsty for a day or two, and then it subsides, and I don't know why. And I've been carnivore this time around. I think today's day 82 or 3. So we'll see.
I'm coming up on my 1 year.
Hey, we're right on, man.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'll drink to that.
The wifey in the back here behind me is saying that it can also be your electrolytes imbalanced, and it could be you're not getting enough electrolytes, especially in the beginning. So there's something to think at. And she's a registered nurse, so I take her opinion. So
Yeah.
I will say that at the beginning, I did not do electrolytes, and then I did start getting like headaches and leg cramps at night. And so I did add electrolytes in, and that took care of it.
Well, I was overusing electrolytes and getting the runs, so I cut those out and just added more salt.
That's what I do.
that's magnesium. So
Yeah.
Gotta run. It's a little different.
Yep.
all right, guys, I made it to the bottom of the comments. I don't see any more questions in there. If you guys got questions, please put Q's in front of it. So let's go around and see what people got going on this week. JT, what are you working on, sir?
Well, I just wanted to mention something quick that I was thinking about when it comes to people's mindset when it comes to losing weight. We got to get rid of that term losing weight, because when you lose something, our first instinct is to find it, to look for it, to get it back. And we don't want the weight we're trying to lose back at all. I don't think most of you guys do, not the fat weight. So instead of saying we're losing it, we should change the mindset, our perspective that we're releasing it, like you would, let's say you rehabilitated some animal that's going to be released back into the wild. You wouldn't say that it's lost. You lost that animal. You released it, let it go. You're at peace. It's gone. Let it do its thing. And it's just energy release. So if someone else wants to go to the chip aisle and gain that energy that you just released, let them soak it up. But otherwise, I would just try to get away from this whole losing weight thing, because that's going to get us to eventually look for what we lost, and we don't want to. So release it. Say thank you. You've served me long enough. Goodbye, and don't come back.
Outstanding.
Awesome.
I don't know if that answered your question.
You didn't answer my question, but that was a good answer to what we were talking about there. So we'll go with that.
I got stuff cooking this week. So actually, at 1:00 my time, it's almost 11 here. So in a couple hours, my mom is going to show up. You've heard me talk about my mom. She's the 71-year-old who walks about 15,000 steps a day. She's a heavy meat-based keto. Now she went in a month after I did. She's doing fabulous. But we're going to do a recorded interview with my mom and me and the carnivorous grandma Robin and her mom. So like mother-daughter duos. So that's not going to be live, but we are going to record today. So be looking for that to come out as a premiere on my channel shortly. And then on Lioness Lifestyle on Tuesday, we are very excited to have Sophie Eats Steak. So I have not
love Sophia.
Sophia Eats Steak. Yes, I'm very excited to chat with her. She's going to talk about her eating disorder, and I think she'll be the youngest guest we've had, because that's our goal, is to get guests from all generations of life.
She's my carnivore twinsy. We started the carnivore diet on the same day and didn't even know it. So she's my little twin.
That's awesome. So that's what I got cooking this week, as well as we'll see if my doctor has now called me 4 times. I'm sure she'll try again this week.
Worried about you.
She just keeps leaving me messages.
It's about that carnivore diet. Could you call me back, Christy?
Yeah.
I'm very worried about you. Hopefully you're not dead right now from your carnivore diet. Please call me if you haven't died from your carnivore diet.
Did you get scurvy yet? Yeah, I'm sure.
We'd like to put you back on duck food. So
yeah. The duck doctor here. Call me back.
That's right.
I like Sophia's story because her why is completely different than the rest of ours why. Her why is from a completely different direction, and it just shows you the power of nutrition and health. She's not coming at it from a weight loss. She's not coming at it from a necessarily a metabolic health side of it. She is dealing with some health issues, from being too skinny, too under malnourished. So her story is amazing. It's definitely worth having on. I've actually invited her to be on here, and hopefully one day I'll be able to get her on here with us.
Yeah, to put herself out there at that age, man, she's super brave, and I'm so proud of her.
Oh, absolutely. She's an inspiration, especially to girls her age, who, they get just a load of bad information.
You like that, Ellie, the duck doctor?
Yep, she's my duck doctor. She wants me to be a duck. Rick, my doctor wants me to be a duck.
Quack.
Wait, did you say quack and doctor in the same sentence?
Yeah.
Yes,
they
Mike.
go hand in hand, man. The quack and the duck, man.
It's a quack. Wants me to quack.
Ellie says hi. Gotta say hi to Callie. She's one of my number one fans. Love her to death. She's the one that challenged me to the BB&E this month. So there's a shout out to Callie.
All right.
Let's see here. I don't have any more questions. If you guys got questions, throw them out here. What do you got? Let's move down here to Sean. What do you got going on with your channel this week, sir?
Well, first off, I want to say Judy D wants to know Chris's channel.
Christy's channel?
Christy's channel?
Meeting
Wellness. Meeting Wellness.
Yeah.
It's Meeting Wellness, but it's MEAT, meeting.
Yes.
Let me there we go. Sorry, I'll take that off for a minute so everybody can see their channels. You got Carnivore Backwoods, you got your channel is actually the Poco Moon fam.
Just type in Poco Moonshine and you'll see me come up, the Poco Moonshine family. You can't miss it.
You got Meeting Wellness, you got the Carnivore Trucker, and then you got at Mike Shaw TV. And give these guys a like and a subscribe if you're not already liked and subscribed to their channel. All right, and Sean, what else you got going on?
After this stream at 6 p.m. Central, I'm gonna have Brian Norwick, Whitgo's Carnivore, on my stream, the Bacon Convoy, and then next Sunday, I'll have you, John, Carnivore Backwoods, on the Bacon Convoy as well at 7 p.m. Central. And I am thinking for my birthday in December 19th, I'm thinking about doing a video game stream. So I know JT.
What do you play?
Yeah, I know JT and Mike are both video gamers, so maybe we can work something out. But if something doesn't work out, I'm thinking about playing Skyrim. I think that's a nice, safe game for everybody.
I was just playing Overwatch before I got on here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What systems do y'all have?
I got Xbox One X and PlayStation 5.
Xbox Series S. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Xbox. So we might be able to work something out.
Nice.
Yeah. Ellie's saying Skyrim, yes. Yeah.
I used to play Elder Scrolls, so it's in the same universe.
Oh yeah, I have ESO.
Yeah.
I want to finish up Ratchet and Clank.
Dude.
John, do you even know what they're saying? John and I are going to talk amongst ourselves over here. Just go over here in this corner.
Trust me, I'm a nerd. I'm just a little bit older of a nerd. If you want to talk Dungeons and Dragons, I know that stuff. But I don't know what they're talking.
Hey, dude, I could go for some tabletop gaming. I could go for that.
My son does that. Yeah.
I've been known to play Dungeons and Dragons for the last 20, almost 30 years. So,
you ever go LARPing?
Yeah,
I do not. I thought about it though. I've gone to some of the fantasy fairs and stuff, but no, I haven't done any LARPing.
When I was at the Gathering of the Juggalos, like there was at least 200 LARPers in the woods, like casting spells on each other's and stuff, like running through. I'm like, are y'all gonna poke an eye out, man, doing this LARPing shit in the woods during nighttime? Who
Oh.
goes to a music festival
Uh-oh.
to LARP in the
I
woods,
think we
man?
started something here. Now she wants me to DM a carnivore D&D game. Now, that's something we could talk about. We could do a live stream or
I
do a
would-
recorded stream.
I am definitely
And-
down for that.
Isn't there like someone who runs the game so they kind of tell the stories when
Yeah, the
you're
dungeon
Yeah,
master.
the
That's the dungeon
right?
master.
So you could
The DM.
carnivore, you could carnivore the language as the dungeon
Carnimaster?
master. Right, right. Yeah, yeah,
If you
yeah.
do a live stream, I'll hold down the chat. How's that?
Yeah, it would. I'd have to have
Or something.
somebody there to deal with the chat because there's nobody can do both. But that's something that we could definitely look at because that is something that I do like to do. I do like to do some role playing games from time to time. Me and my buddy have been friends for 30-something years. Have been playing D&D since we were teenagers. So, all right.
Awesome.
Now that we've released all of our nerd issues here, let's continue on. All right, Mike, what do you got going on this week?
Yeah, so some exciting stuff. Thanks to Christy. Yes, I did my plank this morning. So,
All right. I did 2 planks this morning. Oh,
she's always outdoing me, but
I got to do mine.
I don't feel bad because, thanks to the encouragement, at least I'm doing something. Otherwise, I'd be doing nothing. It was harder than I thought too. I went a minute, 10 seconds. I don't know if that's good for the first time, but
That is awesome. I did
Okay.
a minute 5.
okay.
And then I rested and then I did 40.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that's what I did today.
So I maybe need to step that up. So, I mean, that's going on all month. That's a challenge that Christy's doing. Go to her channel and find out more about that with the Carnivore Brothers, but I'm involved in that. So that's kind of fun. This morning, so yesterday I got my first order of keto chow. I was on Greg's channel. He got the introductory offer and did an unboxing. So actually this morning I actually did an unboxing and mixed up my first keto chow, which is now on the fridge. And I'm going to finish the second part of that video by taste testing that. Also yesterday for church, I had to get an HDMI extender to boost the signal because we got a new TV and we're expanding our sanctuary, all that stuff. Anyway, I went to Des Moines. I stopped at the Costco. I got, I think 15 pounds, 2 big packages of pork belly. So, bacon is insanely expensive right now. Pork belly is half the price. And so I stocked up on that, and it's really great fat to not only eat, but also to cook in. You can do pork belly bites. So I'll be doing some videos on that. And I just got an email from Susan E. So apparently she's going to help me get some interviews and stuff. So that's good. International Carnivores reached out, at least asked what my email address is. I'm really a big fan of his, so I hope we get to connect. And
You're gonna love him. He's great.
He's awesome, and all my conspiracy theories keep coming true. So I think we'll be like-minded on that kind of stuff. And I don't know, we'll see where we go from there. But and then the other thing later, well, going on right now, I would say go Seahawks. Okay.
I think you said international carnivore.
Did I? Intentional.
Intentional.
Okay.
I'm
sorry, Sean.
It's kind of like the same thing with typos, right? Like,
yep. We're fluent in typo.
We're fluent in typo.
It's like my badass cat from last night.
Right. Yeah.
But speaking of international carnivore.
Sorry,
Sean, we're changing your name. Sorry. You are now the international carnivore.
So Sean now brings
you're now internationally known.
That's right.
What's the first step to you believe to be necessary for embarking on this journey to health? What is a practical step each of you implement to make the first step happen?
Great question.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that when I started, I just told myself I'm going to go keto, and I knew absolutely no information, none. And so then I got turned on to Dr. Berry. So I won't get into my whole story, but I got turned on to Dr. Berry. And I would say that it is so important for everyone to do their own research, because I didn't know what I didn't know. Yes, JT, I'm quoting you. I didn't know what I didn't know. Knew? I don't know. Back then. And so now I just feel like I've got this background of knowledge and then all this support from this community that I can draw on for support. And then the other thing is to find a why, and hopefully, and maybe losing weight is part of that, but I also think you got to have something else, because at some point you're going to lose all your weight, and then what? And that's where I am. So I'm on the and then what part of my journey. Right. So I think if your why includes something more than just the weight loss, it'll keep you moving forward. So, educate yourself and have a why.
Yep.
the other problem is if weight loss is your only why, then when you lose it, you're going to be like, well, I don't have to eat this way anymore. I lost all the weight,
Yeah.
Yes.
and then you'll go back to eating the other way, and then
we released weight.
you'll end up going, right back up to the weight you were started at, and you'll end up doing the roller coaster diet like every other time that you've been on a diet. So your why's got to be bigger than weight loss.
I'm just laughing at JT's analogy of releasing your weight, because how do you usually, when you lose weight, how do you release it usually? Through your urine, actually. So release your weight and say good riddance.
Hey, tell her, don't come back, man. We don't want to find it.
Back.
I'm not going to come
Where's
looking for
Where's
you.
Nicole when you need the toilet flush?
That's
sound?
Yeah,
right.
there's no toilet flushing sound effect. Dang it.
Just, the jokes write themselves, JT. I love it, man.
Tell you to piss off.
So good.
I would say the first step is a committed decision. Anybody who's been married knows about making committed decision. Even if you're not married, you know about making committed decision. You pick a school and you went to that school. You picked a church, you went to that church. You bought a car, you picked a car, you bought that car.
Right.
Make a committed decision and go for it. Otherwise, you're never going to start the diet have you not make a decision. So make a committed decision, man. We all know how to do it.
Right. And to carry that ball a little bit further, I'm 0 for 1 on marriages. So there's that. But I learned stuff, right? So if you go to my first, like one of my first carnivore videos is my yo-yo diet story. But every time I tried keto and made a mistake and got discouraged, I learned something for the next attempt. And so, don't give up on yourself. If you make a mistake and get discouraged, get back on, take what you've learned, do it better. And, so like Christy said, do your research. That'll help you. But there's nothing like trying it out yourself and finding out what works for you. And then like JT said, you make that commitment. And even if you're 0 for 1 on marriages, maybe the next one will be the one.
You don't know unless you make a decision.
Right. Yeah.
I have something to add. So, like Chrissy said, do your research. Like JT said, make a commitment, make up your mind, and to play on to Sean, be intentional about it. And one thing that I would add when it comes to your cravings, if you're at the store and you're about to cave, you're about to buy the sweets or whatever, I would say wait an hour. Let what craving you have, let it ride out, let it subside. Just be patient, wait an hour, and then make a decision. And hopefully buy the steak instead of the candy.
Right. Don't make a mistake. Get the steak.
Yeah. Hey, that's good.
I was listening to a live stream. I can't think of her name off the top of my head. Anyways, she brought up a really good point that if you're having the craving, for sweets, don't give it the sweet. Give it, a piece of bacon. You reinforce that craving. Then give yourself a piece of bacon, or take eat a steak or a hamburger, so that the craving now starts realizing that if I crave, this is what I'm getting fed versus the sweets. You got to change that mindset. And so having when I first started the diet, I was actually had a bag full of bacon. I'd fry up 3 pounds at a time. I put it in a Ziploc, and then if I had a craving, I would just eat a piece of bacon, and that would make the craving go away. And it just reinforced that mindset that I'm not going to go eat sugar. I'm not going to go eat pasta or bread or any carbohydrates. I'm going to eat something that's got a lot of fat in it, and bacon's always a really good choice, and you can never go wrong with bacon, right? So there it is.
Especially beef
All
bacon.
Right.
I think we had
I got a few comments start here that I want to go through real quick. This one here said, have you seen the censorship videos from Dr. Barry and Dr. Baker? I guess if I don't remember well, they said that they're kind of shadow banned. Do you think YouTube is defending the mainstream recommendation? I saw this, and Carnivore Soldier did a video on this today. We're talking about it too. So I did a search for carnivore diet, and I could tell you that when I started the carnivore diet back in March, if you search carnivore diet, every video on there was basically Dr. Berry. There was a few other people, and that's how I found Intentional Carnivore. It's how I found Carnivore Kips. How I found JT and whatnot. But if you go search it right now, Saladino is the #1 video for some interview he did. Which was back before he went fruity. Yeah, that's a joke.
That was good.
Sorry. But if you go through there, it's got the talking doctors. If you ever listen to those two, I mean, those guys are I'm not even sure they're really doctors. Those guys are complete freaking morons. So, all the stuff that's popping up now, when you look up carnivore diet, it wasn't my channel. It wasn't any of these guys' channels. It was a bunch of garbage. It was questioning it. So is there something to it? I'm leaning towards, yeah. I think that there is something to it. I think they are trying to shut it down. But I could tell you, the algorithm still works on certain principles. It's looking for people who are hitting the like button, and they're hitting the subscribe button, and they're leaving comments. And what I would encourage everybody to do on here is go to all your YouTube channels. And even if you just say, thanks for the video, just put that in the comments. Thanks for the video. It doesn't have to be long. Just say, that was awesome. Thank you. Put a comment, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Play the algorithm. The algorithm still wants, wherever there's the most interaction of the watchers, which is you guys, that's where the algorithm is going to point people. And even if they're trying to slow it down, the more people who are commenting and the more people who are hitting the like button and the more people hitting the subscribe button, the algorithm is still going to recognize that. And I think we can push it out there and make it even harder for them to shadow ban it. So that's my recommendation.
Yep.
I think it'll work, but we won't ever know until we try. So I recommend that you go out there, simple comments. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah. Whatever just put a comment in there. I go around after every one of my streams. I go through and I will thank each and every person on this stream for being here today in their comment section on their live stream, so that there's a comment in there. And I encourage everybody to do the same.
Have you guys seen Dr. Berry's engagement, though, on his live streams and his subscriber count and everything?
It's crazy.
In my opinion, there's nothing shadow banned about him, man. He's got the most popular guy.
Those are subscribed. So anybody that's subscribed to your channel, the minute we go live, they all get a notification that we're
good luck with getting all those people. And I don't care what channel you have and what size it is, you're never going to get all your subscribers in on one video, man.
Oh, no. But when you have that many subscribers, you can get several hundred to show up for a live stream. Absolutely. But comment on it. Go in there, comment on his videos. If you haven't been in one of their channels lately, just go in there and hit the like button on all their videos, and give them some attention and give the algorithm something to look at.
Yeah, he's over like 2 million subscribers, man. I wouldn't worry about Dr. Berry, man.
That's true. Another part of my life that I don't talk a lot about in the carnivore community, because it's, talking about politics is controversial, can be, and it can be off-putting, but it's a big part of my life. I've been involved in politics for quite a while now. And all my conspiracy theories have been coming true. And they definitely do want to get rid of our cows for their global warming agenda. And all of that is real. And I'll probably need to do some more videos on, what we can do about contacting representatives, making sure that we're active, and those that represent us know that we want meat, and we want affordable meat, and we don't want it to go away, and we're not going to eat Z-bugs. And, the other part of that too is, like John said, the algorithm is still working in our favor as long as we're liking and comment and watching videos to the end. But I do believe it's part of their agenda to get rid of cows and get us on plants. And that's one of the reasons why we're seeing the guidelines the way that they are. And it's probably, if it's not happening already, it's probably that censorship type stuff will be coming. So it is something to be aware of, and something that you can fight through your local representatives, hopefully.
Absolutely. All right. And there's this question here. What is the health crisis that convinced you to go carnivore?
Cancer.
Mine was a series of things, but the last one was about with hemorrhoids, and that was That was embarrassing and horrible, and it really got me thinking about my health. So,
Do you
what
have
about
stock
you,
in
Sean?
Preparation H, John?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, no, it's for me it was cancer because I lost my mom to cancer, and I don't want to end up like that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't have any health crisis. I just get tired of being overweight. I was getting skin tags, which was weird. It's just weird. And I just like, I had lost weight before on keto and carnivore 3 different times. And so this time it was like, it's time. Because I know that if I continue down this route, I am going to be pre-diabetic and then diabetic and then, all the things that come with that. So it wasn't a health crisis yet, but it was, taking an honest look down the road and saying, okay, there's some things I can do to prevent some of that stuff.
So for me, like I said, when I went in, I didn't know a lot about all the other health benefits. But now that I know, my dad passed away from dementia. He also had type 2 diabetes, and he was on a statin for about 20 years before all of that happened. So yeah, now I know better. And I do feel like, I don't have any proof. Like, there's no proof of this. This is just how I feel. But I think I might have been on track to get dementia because the brain fog was so thick. And I feel like I've like diverged now from that path. Also, there's been cancer on, especially on my mom's side of the family, cancer. So it's important to me to keep my sugar low for that reason, so that doesn't happen to me. So just going to keep eating this way to hopefully be preventative.
Absolutely. My dad passed away at 52. I turned 49, so that always weighs on my mind. That's weighed on my mind for a long time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's always a big why in my head. He had a heart attack at 52, and so
Man.
that's always a big one. Sean here says, yes, John Kelly Hogan. That was the name I couldn't get to come back to the forefront of my head. Was talking to us about rewarding the dopamine hits for what rewards when we are when we have cravings, fill up on what we are supposed to eat, and then the cravings will be less. That's my point. So
Yeah.
you have this dopamine hit, and you've got this craving for sweets, sugars, whatever it is, and hit it with something that's going to feed your body, and you can overcome those dopamine hits.
Retrain your brain.
Homesick Buckeye says the machine will always work to squash the independent thinkers. They always work to, but they don't always win if we fight hard enough back.
You just got to keep thinking. They can't stop you from thinking. So as long as you keep thinking, you can't squash nothing.
That's right. 1984, make it fiction again. It's not an instruction manual. But JT's right. They can't control your thoughts.
No, and it can't control you from talking to your friends and talking to your coworkers, and even if they don't listen to you today, as long as you keep being a shining light, a positivity, and they see your health improvements, and they see you losing weight and getting healthier and doing more things, they catch on. I had some coworkers, that were looked at me, cross-eyed for a while, but then they started the carnivore diet here, a month and a half ago, and they've lost quite a bit of weight, and they're
awesome.
no longer diabetic, and so things can happen. They might not happen immediately, but you got to just keep on being a positive light to them and see how that works out.
And then it ripples out. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Intentional carnivore. I'm getting almost every one of my videos censored. They keep demonetizing them. I keep having to test their decision. It's ridiculous. My revenue and views are definitely being affected. My channel's not monetized yet, but I'm close. And
right.
I don't get anything
I'm curious
demonetized. I know Carrie doesn't either.
What's that?
I don't get any of mine demonetized, and I said no, Carrie doesn't either, because Carrie's told me multiple times she doesn't have any issues.
I think that somebody is trolling intentional carnivore and throwing complaints at YouTube, because I don't see that happening to a lot of people, and it's happening to him on a regular basis. So there's somebody out there who is just trying to be a jerk and probably throw comments and complain to YouTube that is trying to get his channel to slow down. But everybody on here can go over there, like his channel, subscribe to his channel, and comment on all his videos, and let YouTube know that you still like his content.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, do it. Do it. I mean, Sean has a great voice in the community, and he's popular, and it very well may be that they are trying to stifle his message, because it is not a conspiracy theory that they do want us to stop eating meat, because they think we're heating up the planet by doing that. And I'm not making it up. Those are their own words, and they're already taking actions or putting things into place moving forward that will make it harder to do that. And those are not conspiracy theories. And if there's a reason, that may be one of them. But I'll stop now.
I will throw this out there, and then we'll move on. But I just want to throw this out there. If you look at the history of the planet, of the world, of civilizations out there, the easiest way to control a population is to keep them hungry and keep them sick.
Yeah.
Just saying. If they're hungry and they're sick,
bread and circuses.
What's that? Yeah. You keep people hungry and keep them sick and keep them fearful. They're easy to control. And that's
just saying.
Keep them discouraged. Discouragement. That's the best way to get anybody to quit. Just get them discouraged. You don't got to be stupid. You don't got to be lazy. But if someone discourages you, you're done.
If you want to move somebody to action, the easiest way to move anybody to action is to make them scared of something.
Right.
If you can convince them that something bad's going to happen if they don't do something, I can make somebody do something that's completely outside of their character. Something that they would never do in a million years. But if I can get them scared enough, they will do it out of fear. And fear will make you do all kinds of stuff, things that you would never, ever do in a million years that you would suddenly find yourself doing. Manipulation. When I worked in corrections, that's what inmates would do, is they come up to correctional officers and they would manipulate them a little bit. And then once they got in that door, then they would start with the fear. Well, we're gonna do this. We're gonna tell them that this happened. We're gonna tell them this happened. And then you get correctional officers, good people who have never committed a crime in their life, suddenly start bringing drugs into the prison. It's manipulation through fear. So trust me, fear and keeping people sick, and that they're worried about their health and all that, it has direct control and power over each other. But that's a really long live stream, probably for another day.
Probably.
Yeah.
Let's try not to diverge on that too much.
Yeah. Here's the answer to that, though. Here's the answer to that right here on my wall. Yeah,
absolutely.
It can give you boldness and peace at the same time.
Susan, we appreciate you. Comment and like the videos. We love it. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan.
Thanks, Susan.
You guys got any more questions? Please put some cues out there. I'm looking for it.
There was a question.
Put some Q strange out there. I want a strange question with a Q in front of it.
Yes.
Primal Mike at 12:14.
Oh, cool.
JT, since you want to put on muzzle, what is your current weightlifting routine? I can imagine you being a jock.
Being jacked.
Being jacked.
Or jacked. I'm sorry.
He's not cool enough to be a jock.
I looked up Hulk Hogan's workout. He was talking about his workout regimen, even at his age right now, and what days he does what muscles, and if he takes a day off and stuff like that. So I don't know it all offhand because I've written it down, and I'm just gonna follow what the old Hulkster's doing. He's still looking good at his age, so it got to work for me.
You could get your own action figure, JT.
Hey, I'm about that, man. As long as it comes with my cow hat, bucket hat accessory.
It has to.
Yeah.
And the glasses. You got to have the glasses.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Look, man.
And guys, it just comes from making little tiny decisions. I made a decision that I really like cow print. I really like bucket hats. You just make those little decisions, and a lot of people are afraid to make small decisions like that. It'll make you stand out in front of people because they like to blend in. Life's too short to blend in. We're all different, so there's no way you could blend in unless you really tried.
Outstanding.
It's great.
Intentional Carnivore says Jordan Peterson has been spun out about these issues. Really good stuff from him. He may be the mind of our time. Absolutely, I
100%
agree. And I don't watch the channel enough. I probably should watch it more. I would throw this out real quick. This just kind of my brain here as I was listening to the conversation. Most of us, and I don't know about everybody in this room, so I'm not speaking for everybody that's in this chat, but I think JT's got some of this. We're on Rumble and we're on Odyssey, or at least ways I am. So all of my videos are up on Odyssey and on Rumble. They sync up with my videos on YouTube. So if YouTube ever tries to shut us down, and close our channels, all of our videos, those of us are doing. I know, like Homestead Hal, all his videos are up there. Ken Berry's videos are all up there. JT, you're on one or both of those now?
Yeah, I'm on Rumble. I was talking to Chafee about it on the 24-hour live stream. He mentioned to get Rumble, and you were
Chafee's
talking
on
about
it.
So, yep, and it's nice. Once you got it set up, it's a little annoying to set up, but once you have it set up, all your videos will just automatically go to Rumble, all your YouTube videos, because I didn't mind doing it. My focus is on getting 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I'm not going to do Rumble if I have to treat it like another YouTube. But if it automatically goes to Rumble, I'll do it. That's fine. But I'm not going to sit there and treat my Rumble like my YouTube.
It's an automatic sync thing. I don't know if Sean White, Intentional Carnivore, if he's doing it, but I'd recommend it. Set yourself up a Rumble and an Odyssey and get your videos on another platform, so that if we need to fall back to something, we have it out there.
I've thought about doing Rumble.
Yeah.
You set it up through StreamYard, right?
No, you set it up directly on Rumble, and you set it up on Odyssey, and then you go in there in the settings and you have it sync your videos, and it will go back and sync all your old videos, and it'll sync all your new stuff. One of them doesn't sync my lives, though. I don't remember. I have to think about. I think maybe it was Odyssey. It only syncs my long play and shorts.
So
but
this
Rumble,
live
I
will
think,
end up
syncs
on
everything.
Rumble when it's done.
Well,
yeah.
Sean White says he's on Rumble.
Good. So, anybody, if you're not aware of, these are other platforms that are alternates to YouTube. They're a great place to see a lot. I mean, it's all the same content. It's just not as popular with the mainstream. So, it's a great way to have a backup place to find information if you think that you're getting, YouTube's banning us out. So, something to think about.
It's good.
All right. Let's see here. Carnivore Mopar says my videos aren't censored, but my comments have been.
Interesting.
I've had that happen. If people try to reach out to say, like they didn't find my email address or something, or I didn't have their, so I'll say like, hey, do you want to do a live together? And that'll get deleted before they ever see it.
If you do that enough, they'll ban your channel. So I started looking people through Instagram. Even mentioning the word email pisses off YouTube. But you could put on. I have people do all sorts of hateful comments all day. That's fine. But if you mention the word email, holy shit, you're on the ban list, man.
Yep.
What a system.
Yeah.
Like just when I first tried to reach out to Rhonda at Carnivore Leo, I didn't have her email address, isn't on her channel. So I was like, hey, do you want to do a video sometime? And she's like, I never saw that. I thought you deleted it. I said, she goes, no, I would never delete that.
And you're setting up an interview to make more YouTube content, and they're trying to slow you down from making YouTube content, which would make them money. They make no damn sense. So if they want to shoot themselves in the foot, go ahead, shoot away, man. You're not blowing my toes off.
That's the struggle.
Yeah, it is. And they're trying to keep scammers from scamming people and grabbing their email addresses.
Yeah, I see the scammers on there more than any comment I've ever made that said email in it. I'm telling you, the scammers thing will stay up there for weeks, months, man. I'm telling you, man, they'll crack down on people who just try to run their channel rather than people who are trying to steal. It's sad.
Yeah.
That's on them, though. If they end up losing the Rumble one day, then I highly doubt it, but is what it is.
Well, it's just like my email address. I put it on my profile in the spot that says email address, and it's it says, do I want it to be available for anybody to see? But yet it never displays it. So I had to go put my email in my description on my YouTube so that people could find my email. Otherwise, you can't find people. That's why I've had, I've got Dr. Kiltz on here, Dr. Tony Hampton, Dr. Lisa Wiedemann. I'm reached out to some other doctors, but I have to go find what other ways to communicate with them, because if you try to ask them in a YouTube, it'll immediately get blocked out, and then you'll get a nasty gram from YouTube saying, you do this again, we're going to delete your channel. So yeah. Somebody's typing away.
That's me.
Tax reduction here. He just thought of something. He's like, hold on, give me
somebody's taking some heavy notes. I don't know. We're starting to get worried.
I got this fancy clickety clackety keyboard that I love.
I thought it was one of those old fashioned typewriters.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I thought it had a typewriter there.
There's no stealth mode on this thing for sure.
Potential Carnivore says, I agree completely, guys. I will say this. I was sharing things I shared before YouTube. The monetization helps, but I will be sharing it either way. Mike Shaw is spot on with the answer.
Right there.
Yep.
Right there. If you're in Christ, you're his forever, and nothing can change that. That gives you boldness and peace.
JT, you should try the Mike Tyson calisthenic routine. Check it out. He is doing multiple sets of squats, push-ups, sit-ups, etc. over the entire day. It adds up to over 1,000, but you can scale it down.
That sounds like what Christy's doing.
JT,
he's a beast.
JT, let's do a fitness challenge in December.
Yeah, possibly.
Oh, you've been called out, buddy.
I'll pull my weights back out.
Hey, there you go.
You should do the One Punch Man workout.
What's that one?
Oh, you don't know that one? It's like 100 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 crunches, and like a 5K every day.
Oh wow, that sounds like close to death for me.
Yeah, right.
Serious.
Yeah, I'm just going to focus on eating a lot of protein and doing a lot of reps and very slowly, like Chafee was saying, resistance is what rips the muscle and helps it build back. And got to give it time to heal. Everybody keeps going right back at it, and they do the arms over and over, then they got chicken legs, just spread it out a little bit,
Do the bro split.
And then I'll join the Burly Boys Club. I'll let you guys know when I'm up to 215. Get that 50 pounds like Sammy Sosa. Join the Burly Boys.
Well, I'll try to join you. But it looks like Mike went vegan.
Yep. My camera's gone again.
It's a conspiracy, I tell you. It's a conspiracy.
We're going to change your name to Off-Grid Mike.
Yeah.
Or conspiracy, Mike. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, conspiracy, Mike.
Yeah, YouTube is shutting you down, Mike.
That's right.
Bam.
That's hilarious. It's my Wi-Fi.
I'm still a long ways from being monetized, but I'm adding live streams to my channel so I can put out more content. I'm on Odyssey and keep it synced. Well, that's what you got to do. You have to have Odyssey. Rumble's also a good one to go on. I got both of them, and they operate in the background. I don't even have to think about them.
Focus on quality content, and then try to get some shorts going. Everybody should be putting out 3 to 4 shorts a day. And at the end of your shorts, you should have a call to action. Like if your short's about bacon, say subscribe if you love bacon. Like if you don't have a call to action at the end of your shorts, you're just wasting all that free advertisement that they're giving you, because they're trying to compete against TikTok right now. So more than likely, you're going to have very big success on shorts very quickly. And if you have that call to action, subscribe. If the video's about chicken skin, say subscribe if you love eating chicken. It's got to, whatever your call to action is, it has to be very specific to whatever the subject of your video is. And I guarantee you your subscriber count's going to go up in no time.
And another thing for shorts, that you can't do it when you're uploading it, but you can go back and edit it after the fact. You go in there and you edit it, and you can actually add a video on there that you want it to go to. So if you got like a short and you can link it to a long video and have that on the bottom. So you have to go back through each short after you've uploaded it, and you link it to a long video, which helps, push people from the short to a long video, give them an avenue to watch the longer version of the video.
That is the long and short of it. Correct.
Sorry.
But you got to have that call to action, folks. If you don't have a call to action, you're wasting an opportunity. Because if they're gonna, let's say your short blows up and does 500,000 views, you would like to have asked 500,000 people to subscribe to your channel at the end of that video, rather than not having asked. Just saying.
JT's got some wisdom, man.
It's some wisdom.
Yep.
There's some wisdom for all you YouTube creators out there. It's some good stuff.
I got a couple things. I'm on my way to the 100,000. I'm not there yet, but I'll get there one day. You know, and anything I can help you guys out with along the way, man. That's what I'm here to do. Want to give back.
I'll be happy to break 1,000.
Hey, you were
I'm 175 from 1,000, you guys. I hit 825 today. I was like 175 to go.
You're killing it, Christy. You really are.
Put out some shorts, though, man. You should be doing 3 to 4 a day. If you're not doing 3 to 4 shorts a day, you're wasting an opportunity, because it's nothing. It's putting out one short. Like if you've got the mentality of a short's like a long form content that you only do one a day, so you don't want to ruin an algorithm. And there's separate algorithms. Like if you put out a live, it won't mess up your shorts algorithm. The shorts algorithm won't mess up your long form algorithm. Some people are like, well, I already posted a video today. Who cares? I can tell you only posted one video today because your subscriber count is low. Who cares, man? Put it up. They're different algorithms, and put that call to action in there. Like, let's go, man.
You do have to realize that shorts get more play than long. So
because they're fighting
the short
TikTok,
videos,
man.
The shorts get more views, period. So if you're putting shorts out there, you're going to get in front of a bigger audience. And then the goal is to drive them back to your channel so that they see your long videos.
Well, and that's why to get monetized, you have to have so many views on shorts, because they do expose them to a lot of people.
Yeah, but you have to have a lot of views on shorts to get monetized that way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
what?
I'm just looking through here. Any more comments on here? Questions?
Yeah, there's a comment at 12:30 from PDX Oregon 1.
Another Oregonian? I love that.
What can we do to fight against the globalist agenda to take away our BBB&E?
I think Mike's got that one.
Yeah. Well,
don't give it energy. Don't give it energy. That's my opinion, man. Don't give it energy. Focus on giving the cure. If you're going to focus on the illness, you'll never get to the cure, in my opinion.
So, I mean, so JT is not wrong. I mean, do what you do and do it well and be an example and change the world that way. Because politicians, many of them still do count on your vote. And the more interest we have in a healthy diet and the more that is shown to the world that there is a healthy way to do this, that does make a big difference. But it's also a good thing to be involved. Definitely vote. Vote your conscience. Find out where your representatives stand on these issues, particularly where it comes to the globalist agenda on many different fronts. Find out what your representatives think about that, and let them know what you think about what they think about that, and vote. Those are good places to start.
I would also say vote with your wallets. Increase the demand for meat. If you go to the stores, you see that fake Beyond Meat or whatever. It's always full. It's always full on the shelves. Nobody's buying that crap. Right. And how long can they waste? How can these big industries waste money on that product before they get the message? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, yep. Vote
Don't
with
rely
your
too much on politicians, though, man. I've been alive for a couple presidents now, and not one of them has changed my life.
Right?
Yeah.
No, and I've been alive through Democrats and Republicans as president. Not one politician has ever changed my life. I think the people who change the world aren't politicians. They're the people in the business world. They're the people who are starting fundraisers and they're doing things like what Carrie's doing. Those are the people who are really changing this world. Politicians. Mm-mm.
Okay, so here's. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say you're right about the president thing, but there's a whole lot of local elections that people don't vote in. Like the local politicians that are closer to you in your own town are going to affect your life a lot more than nationwide.
And here's
They've
why.
never paid a bill for me. I'm sorry. They've never
No,
paid one of my bills, man.
You're wrong, JT. You're wrong. They have.
Okay, let's not have a
Oh, they
political conversation here, guys.
Well,
Let's
I'm
get into
just gonna
fight over
Trump has
politics.
never paid one of my bills. Neither has Biden, dude. I'm sorry, dude.
Well, the economy matters a lot. And
I never said it didn't. I said politicians, man.
Well,
Politicians, man.
it's semantics.
We
Directly,
make
you're
the
right.
economy. That goes back to the business people. You just said the economy matters. That's why we need these business people out here helping.
And government out of its way.
Yeah.
So they work hand
Then
in
how
hand.
is the politicians helping if you need them out of the way? Come on, man.
Well, because you want politicians that are going to get government out of the way. And recently we've had one who did, and we recently have one who did not. And it's a huge difference.
I agree. But
Okay.
let's
All right.
change.
Let's move on. We can have that live stream next week, at a different time.
Yeah.
Let me know when he pays a bill, and I'll believe you.
What the hell was the balloon thing?
Birthday or something, Mike?
I don't know what that was. Where did that come
know.
from?
What was that?
I don't
I
know.
thought
I
one of
didn't
you-
do it.
Again.
It was
I
a
thought
gift
you
from
did
Trump,
that.
probably.
Whoa.
This camo
What
app
was
is
that?
fun, man. Let me see if I can do it again.
Do it again,
How
Mike.
did-
I don't
want
know where it came
balloons.
from. I don't know
Biden
where
did
it came
that.
from. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from, but that was cool. It looked like his
Yeah.
birthday over there or something. All right. I don't see any more questions in here. All right. So let's do this. Guys, we've been here for an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah,
I
it's been
appreciate
fun.
every one of you guys. I appreciate your time. I try never to go over the 2-hour mark. So let's go around here and get some thoughts, and close out this thing. JT, we'll start up with you, sir. What's on your mind?
Just focus on your core values. That's what you focus on. What's in your control. Focus on what you can have the power over. Maybe lay back a little less on the sports. I see people wearing jerseys and stuff like they play for the team, and when that team wins, man, that team won. They didn't win, but everybody gets caught up in these things that they can't control. And it's just a damn waste of time when we could have been exercising, could have been reading a book. So.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Christy, I appreciate you being on here today. This is your first roundtable. You're going to be on some more of them. We're going to have a one-on-one interview with you. I'm looking forward to that. What's your final thoughts for the day? What's on your mind?
So one of my favorite things about this way of eating has nothing to do with the eating. It has to do with this community. So the support system here, the friends that I've made here are amazing. And that's coming from, honestly, a person who would never want to talk to anybody. Like I used to never want to talk to anybody. And now I'm just so glad to have found, there's people, we've even exchanged like numbers. Like I feel like they're really a part of my life. So please reach out, I'm sure any one of us, I'm going to speak for all you other 4 here too, but reach out to any of us and, let's just get a discussion going, because it's the community that has just been the biggest, I think, surprise to me, and in a very good way. So, stay in it and join us. Yeah.
Absolutely. You can reach out to any one of us. I throw my email out there. You can email me directly at carnivorebackwoods@gmail.com. These guys are all available out there, and if you want something, somebody to talk to or talk about where you're at on the diet or struggles that you're facing, we're all available. I have no problem coming on, on a private live stream or a private, Zoom call, talking with somebody directly. If they got some questions or something, you can definitely reach out to us. All right, Mike, what's your final thoughts? What's on your mind?
Yeah, exactly that. This way of eating and this truth, about, how you can actually be healthy, and instead of treating symptoms, you can actually treat the root problem, which is metabolic sickness. And when you get metabolically healthy, then all of these symptoms go away, like diabetes and arthritis, and your mental health improves. And, it's really wonderful. And so, everyone here that's in the chat, that's on the screen, the example that you guys are giving the world is so important. You're actually saving lives. And, Christy is spot on. This community is amazing. The way it supports each other and just the friends that we're all making. And you don't be afraid to step out. If you don't have a channel yet, get a channel. We'll help it grow for you. And I'm just excited about the message and the effect that it's having. And I appreciate hanging out with you guys for a couple hours today.
Absolutely, Mike. We appreciate you being on here. This is I think your second roundtable, and we appreciate you being back.
Second roundtable, and then you interviewed me at one time as well. So
yeah,
plus we were on the party the other night. So I mean, yeah, it's a blast, dude.
The hangout was a party, wasn't it?
It was so fun. Yeah.
All right. Sean, what's on your mind? What's your final thoughts?
Well, what's on my mind is that 2-pound steak I showed you. I'm hungry.
Go get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat after we're done here. But I do want to second kind of the you could reach out to me as well. My email is on my about tab on my profile, my YouTube page. So it's the Carnivore Trucker at Yahoo. So don't be afraid. And I'm also on Instagram, same name. I'm very active there. Just reach out if you need anything.
Outstanding. All right, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being on here. The great thing about the roundtable, and the premise behind this is that we all come together. We're all like-minded individuals, doing our own view of the world, our own, we have our own politics, we have our own things, but we all come together on health and wellness, metabolic health. At the end of the day, we might not agree on everything. We might have some political points that we want to discuss, but I guarantee you that nobody's leaving here mad at each other, and we're all friends. And, if you want to do one thing to really help this movement, reach over, click the like button, hit the thumbs up button, and share this to your social media, because the more we can get this word out and get it outside of YouTube, the more we can put it on other social media platforms, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm streaming to all three of those right now on here. So get it out there and get the word out. And the more people that hear it, they may not agree with it today, but the more they hear it and the more they see it, it'll start affecting their minds, and they'll start thinking about, well, maybe there's something to this. Got a bunch of good things going on. I got a whole bunch of interviews scheduled. Me and Christy got an interview scheduled up. Me and Carnivore Trucker, he's going to actually interview me. That's coming up soon. I'm interviewing JT here, I think, in a week or so. I got an interview with Dr. Tony Hampton one-on-one. Got an interview with John Woods. I got so many I couldn't even list them all off right now, but I got a bunch of stuff. You can go to my Facebook channel and see all my events, and you can see all my interviews I got scheduled out there. Or you can go to my YouTube channel and look at my live streams that I have pending. Bunch of good stuff, a lot of great content, a lot of great stories out there, and we appreciate you guys. We'll be back next week on Sunday with the Carnivore Roundtable. We'll have some familiar faces and we'll have some new faces, and I'm looking forward to that conversation. Until we see you next time, I appreciate you, and we'll catch you on the next one.